Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a rare car for us because obviously we specialise in Honda and Lexus cars, but this car's coming in as a part exchange to us. A Ford Fiesta 1.6 titanium, which I believe is one of their ones further up the range. Finish this lovely colour. It's not going to be for everybody, but they do a Civic in a very similar colour and I've always loved it. Car's covered 95,000 miles. I'm going to go around the car as I always do prior to doing a quick road test of the vehicle. Front of the car, generally very clean. The only obvious thing I can see there is you've got a Ford badge which has lost its blue. It's silver, but obviously you can replace those for tuppence off eBay. But generally the front of the car is very clean. Can't see any sort of obvious stone chips on the front there. Near side of the car, very smooth in the panel work actually, no obvious indentations that I can see. Near side front alloy, good, but obviously being a near side one, it has got some sort of curb brashing, a bit on the spokes, but actually not too bad for its age. The main of the panels, near side rear alloy, again a few little scrapes, but again for its age actually pretty good. Come around the back, actually quite clean there. Few little entry marks going into the car, but again they are very minor indeed. Offside, driver's side, again in terms of indentations, really clean. Offside rear alloy, very good. Just a tiny little mark on that one, but obviously being the offside they tend to get less, not always, as I'm about to prove. And then offside front, again a little bit of curb brush on there, but generally good. And you've got a tiny bit of paint flake on the front which could easily be touched in, but I have to say, for what is now 13 years old, it's actually very good condition. Coming to the back of the car, rather good sized boot, and it's been kept very well. Coming to the back now, again plenty of room in the back of the Fiestas, and again it's all been kept generally very nicely. So into the front of the passenger side, again all clean and tidy. Seats in good condition, just could do with a clean basically in terms of the fabrics, but 2-minute job really. Finally come around on the driver's side, again all nice and tidy. The only wear that's obvious, you got a bit of trim there. You can get those repaired relatively easy, chips away, these sorts of people do it. The whole point of the video is to show any blemishes I can, that are obvious as soon as you see the car. So inside the car now. Engine's running as always, so the dash can be seen illuminated in here. Dashboard's in lovely condition, kept very well. Comes the main dash binnacle there. Hopefully you can see 95,599 miles, and there are no warning lights on at all. That red snowflake is to say it is very cold outside. It's -1 currently, which is why this video is a little bit quicker, because I can barely feel my fingers at this stage. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual, pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Ford Fiesta. It's a 1.6 titanium, obviously manual as you can see. Car's registered YP09MKZ, and with a mileage of 95,599 recorded. The reason for all of our videos, and as I always say, especially this road test section, is to ensure that if you get to see basically any car that we're advertising in operation. The reason is simple. It's because we've been to see lots of cars which have looked absolutely fine in photographs or description, only to get there and find out it's got an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car. And the videos in essence are really designed for this type of car, because obviously the main stock we sell, even though I still do the videos, we've obviously seen and checked, but we just for reassurance we do that. But this is the part exchanges, how this car's come to us, so we've never seen the car before or driven it, apart from when the lady first came to see us, so it gives us an opportunity to do it. So doing as I always do, starting with the engine, which starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all. The engine's very nice. They always were. The 1.6 engines have always been a nice engine. It's smooth and quiet, generally speaking. Pulls very well indeed, I have to say. It just pulls the car along. You can be up in a higher gear than, let's say, my son's got a 1.2 because he's learning to drive, and again, a very nice engine, but you've got to work the engine a bit more. This one's got lots of guts, so I'm currently 30 miles an hour and in top gear, and it pulls without complaint. So in terms of kind of fuel economy, it helps in that respect, because you can be in a higher gear than you ordinarily would be, but it pulls nice, it sounds sweet, so all the things you're concerned about seems very good indeed. Engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox. Clutch absolutely spot on, nice and smooth in operation, bite point exactly where it's meant to be by all accounts. And the gearbox is typical Ford. To be fair to Ford, they always do a very good gearbox, and this is no different. It's very slick shifting, it's precise, it's nicely weighted. Because we sell Japanese cars, we are quite biased, I'm going to be honest with you, but this feels, in its best compliment I can give it, like a good Japanese gearbox, because it has that feel, that quality of actuation, which is really, really nice on it. And all the gears engage absolutely perfectly, and there's zero wear in the linkage from what I can feel at all, whilst driving the car. Then coming on to probably the best part of the car, which again Ford always do very well, and that's the steering and the chassis. Steering is really nice. It's better than virtually anything else in this class. It's got a lovely weighting to it. It's very kind of fluid in feel. It's really positive and quick, very, very accurate. And it works in conjunction with the chassis absolutely brilliant. They kind of flow together really, really well. There are no vibrations at this speed, or certainly any speed up to the legal limit, and it tracks absolutely dead straight as well. The chassis, what it gives you is a very compliant, a very supple ride. It feels like a much bigger car to drive in that sense. It's got a it's very sophisticated in that sense. The handling is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You turn in, it's got a really keen front end on the car. For those who enjoy driving, you'll enjoy driving the Fiesta, whether you just want to potter about or whether you want to push on. If you get some fun out of driving, it goes to the corners absolutely brilliantly. There is also, by the way, go over bumps like that one, there's no kind of rattles or clunks. The whole car feels very tight and taut on the road, I have to say. I always talk about the brakes just as I'm about to go around a corner for no apparent reason, but I'm certainly not going to give them a thump while I'm going around a corner, but I'll wait a second. So make sure no one's behind me. It's a really good brake pedal on the car. It's nice and powerful. There's no kind of pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal, so all in very good order. Finally coming inside, nicely put together car. I can't really feel or hear any sort of squeaks or groans or rattles from inside. It looks like quite a modern dash even for its age. It's very well equipped. I haven't pressed every last button. I'm not going to pretend I have. I know the lights, the wipers, the climate control system you can see there is illuminated and it's nice and warm in here as well. Instrument display is simple, easy, legible to take the information in, and you've got this lovely sort of chunky feeling steering wheel. But it's just a really nice car. As I said, the point of the video is to pick up on anything obvious. Genuinely, there is nothing at all. It drives absolutely beautifully, this car, it really does.